LoreWarrior Online. PTR-4D Penetrator Overview. After analysing battle footage from the clan front, Kalon Industries of Talon based the design of its new mech, the Penetrator, on the devastating Black Hawk Omni-Mech. With the first Penetrators coming off the production line in July 3053, Kalon Industries agreed to keep the Federated Commonwealth as their exclusive customer for this heavy mech. In a spectacularly successful marketing move, Kalon presented one of these mechs to Cenotaph Stables on Solaris 7, with Cenotaph's owner, the legendary Kai Allard Lau, piloting the Penetrator to victory after victory in the arena. Kalon was hard-pressed to keep up with the AFFC's demand for the design. Capabilities. In an age of endosteel internal structures, XL engines and ferrofibrous armour, the Penetrator is something of a curiosity. The basic structure of the mech incorporates none of the recover technology commonly used in other mechs. This makes the Penetrator relatively slow, but also rugged, durable, and inexpensive. The inclusion of jump jets somewhat offsets the Penetrator's lethargic top speed of 65 kph. Only the Penetrator's weapons and heat sinks employ advanced technology. 2 diverse optics extended-range large lasers provide respectable long-range punch, while 6 Sutel precision-line medium pulse lasers provide punishing close-range firepower. Defensively, the mech mounts 13 tons of Duralex heavy armour, backed by an anti-missile system mounted in the centre torso. Penetrator pilots frequently criticise the placement of the system's magazine just under the engine, but Kalon Industries has made no move to modify the design. Deployment. With the ever-present threat of the clans hanging over it, the Federated Commonwealth shipped many Penetrators to units stationed in Lyran space. Following the secession of the Lyran half of the Commonwealth and the creation of the Lyran Alliance under Catherine Steiner-Davian in 3058, many Penetrators ended up on the rolls of the LWAF. In the Fedcom Civil War, Penetrators served on both sides, where they once more demonstrated their ruggedness. Scant dependence on ammunition made the mech ideal for mobile campaigns that were the hallmark of the conflict. Allied units such as Archer's Avengers conducted a planet-hopping campaign, always keeping one jump ahead of the Loyalist forces pursuing them. With reliable supply lines almost non-existent, the Avengers had to live off the land. Having little need for ammunition and few advanced components, the Penetrator proved the ideal combat unit. During the Fedcom Civil War, a number of Penetrators fell into the hands of mercenary units. Word has it that Kalon Industries may soon relax its policy of only selling the design to the Federated Commonwealth, and now the Federated Sons. Variants. Several variants have been introduced since 3053. The PTR-6M drops a ton of armour and 2 medium pulse lasers to add 5 extra heat sinks, while the PTR-6S removes 1.5 ton of armour to mount a Guardian ECM system. In an attempt to produce a cooler running version, Kalon experimented with a missile-armed variant. The 4F model replaces the extended-range large lasers and 2 pulse lasers with federated 10-shot launchers, with integrated Artemis fire control. This version proved unpopular, however, and has been produced in limited numbers. The 6T model is an interesting field modification that surfaced during the Fedcom Civil War. By replacing the medium pulse lasers with extended-range medium lasers, technicians within the Davian Guards were able to add 2 heatsinks and an advanced targeting computer. Notable mech warriors. General Archer Christofori. A highly decorated veteran of the campaign against the Smoke Jaguars, Archer Christofori retired to his homeworld of Thorin in the hope of finding peace. Unfortunately, Thorin became a flashpoint of the Fedcom Civil War, and Christofori was soon leading the Thorin militia against elements of the 15th Arcturan Guard. With his world out from under the heel of Catherine Steiner-Davian's lackeys, Archer took his makeshift command, known as Archer's Avengers, on a drive across the war-torn Lyran Alliance, before launching an audacious counterattack against the Jade Falcon incursion. Through countless battles, Archer's Penetrator has served him well, especially after the fighting on Huntress, when he replaced the diverse optics large lasers with Clan Tech salvage and 2 additional heatsinks. Now commander of the newly formed Thorin Freedom Theatre Militia, General Cristofori has turned down the opportunity to upgrade to an assault mech that befits his exalted rank. So, the Penetrator, a 75-ton heavy mech designed on the Crucis G chassis with a power plant of the Vlav 300, cruising at 43 kph, maxing out at 65. Jump jets are Anderson 398 with a jump capacity of 120 meters. Its armour is Duralex Heavy, with the 2 diverse optic Sunbeam ER large lasers, 6 Sutel precision line medium pulse lasers, and 1 Yuri Fly Swatter anti-missile system, manufactured by Kalon Industries on Talon. Its communication system is produced by Dalban Micronics, and its targeting and tracking system is a Matabushi Sentinel. It's pretty good. Visually, it's an okay mech. It looks distinctly Battletech, which is one of those nice parts to have, obviously, about some of the mechs. It doesn't look very anime inspired. It's quirky, let's put it that way, but it's cool. The leg design on the updated art gives the impression that, and I assume it can actually extend its height by extending the legs a bit more, which is a neat little feature, though not something that seems to be mentioned here, unfortunately. But I assume it would have a quirk where it could maybe look over a hill a lot easier, especially with its high-mounted energy weaponry. But basically all this translates into a walk of 4, run of 6, and a jump of 4. So 464 movement, it's pretty standard for a heavy, especially a heavy that's just shy of the assault weight class. It sinks 24 heat per turn, which isn't great. It means that basically you either use the 2 large lasers or you don't, basically, or you fire the medium pulses. Because ER large lasers produce a fantastic amount of heat per turn, but the range is really good. I mean, you can't really knock it. So it's one of those mechs that you definitely use to support other mechs that are in the brawl, or you use it to engage as you march forward, use cover, and then once you get close, you start firing the pulse lasers for that extra bonus to hit roll. Other than that, it's got an armor factor of 208, which isn't too bad. Means it's got 34 on the CT, 9 on the rear torsos. 9 on the rear torso, sorry. 24 on the right and left torso, with 7 on the rear of those. 21 arm and 26 leg armor, which is pretty respectable. It's decent overall. And quite a generous spread of weaponry. So basically 3 of the pulse lasers on each side are in the side torsos, and you got the arm-mounted large lasers. And the ammo, as it says, for the AMS system in the CT, which it's okay. It's only the 2 jump jets, which is why it's got such a poor jump distance. But you know what? It's a pretty decent heavy. It's one of those things that you could easily just plonk down on the table, and it's like a boss. It's like a boss mech for the players to encounter, because it's a thing that can fight at range. But as a GM, you can kind of have it just using like one. He's managing his heat. He's only firing the 1 ER large laser per turn, or he fires both at the first one, just to put the shits up the players kind of thing. And then he's overheating a bit, so he's going to like move around. He's only going to fire 1 this turn. It's just to keep the players on their toes and stuff like that. In larger campaigns, obviously, in larger like actual table campaigns, this is a really good fire support unit. And yeah, because it's not ammo based, you don't have to worry too much about going all out in the shots, especially when it gets to crunch time in the match, So it's not too bad, not too bad. But the Penetrator. It's vaguely sexual in naming. So there you go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. See you next time. Bye-bye.